got the Wyoming Timon. $5. $5 app.
$5 app. Probably worth it.
Okay, 13 basically deals with the taxes that are taken out of people's checks and that employers pay for owning a business. So for instance, Erica, do you have a job? Probably not. You don't seem like the type of person that would work.
Well, I do, but I'm not at an actual company. I clean people's houses.
All right, Macy's got jobs. So Macy, when you look at your paycheck and you see, you know, they take money out for federal income tax, they take money out for Social Security, Medicare, where does that money go? To the government? But where do you work at? Well, what's your major employer? Creativity. Okay, so when Creativity takes that money out of your check, so let's say, we'll just use round numbers. Let's say they're paying you $10 an hour, okay? And they take all this money out for taxes, and at the end of the day, your actual net check is only about $7 an hour. So where does that $3 go? What does Creativity do with it? Because you've earned it. Do they just send it right to the government right away? They can, but that's where you get in murky territory. Okay? They withhold it, and it's good business practice to take that money that you withhold and put it in a separate account, because quarterly, 4 times a year, the government will ask for all the taxes that you have withheld from your employees' checks. Now, if times get tight, some companies will dip into that money, try and use it for themselves, and then say, well, when we owe that money, we'll try and figure out a way to make sure we have enough to pay it. But solid business practice is you put this in a separate account and you treat it as debt, that you owe that money. So when we record this, we're going to treat it as a debt. So when we have a debt, what do we do with it? It's a payable. We treat it as a liability. So 13.1 is basically telling us this. If you look on 372 in your book, it tells us that total earnings for this pay period, which means total earnings is everything before taxes, tells us total earnings is $12,600. And then we withheld these taxes: federal income tax, Social Security, Medicare. So the way we would record that is our total earnings is an expense that we pay out, and we call everything that we pay out as salary expense. So our salary expense up here is going to be that total, $12,600. Expenses always debited, right? Right, merchant? Then these we're going to treat as liabilities. Liabilities are always what? Debited or credited? Credited. So we've got employee income tax payable, and that employee income tax coincides with federal income tax. One and the same. So that's 1186. Social Security tax 781.20. And Medicare, $182.70. So we've got our total salary minus the amounts that we withheld, And that's going to equal the amount of what? Cash that we actually pay out. So we take 12,600 minus 1186 minus 781 minus 182, and that gives us what?
10,450.10
$10,450.10. So that's how it would look if you drew it out in the T account. If we're to journalize this, since we're paying cash, it's going to go in cash payments journal. So we're going to record this as such. We're 2012. July 15. And we'll just put it in here. We'll go salary expense. That's debited 12,600. And then you've got, I don't need to indent these. Employee income tax payable is credited for 1186. I got, can I abbreviate SSTP? Social Security tax payable. You guys know what that means? $781.20. And $182.70. Now, we don't need to write cash because we're already in the cash payments journal. Cash has its own column. So up here, I'm just going to write cash is credited for $10,450.10. That's pretty easy, right? Nothing to that. That's what I'm talking about, merchant. Now you know what we're talking about.
Your eyelashes look longer, guys. Sweet last night.
I get it a lot. What can I say?
Erica, are you, don't let Colton bother you.
He's making fun of me because I tweeted that people say I have long eyelashes.
Why? Now, I understand there's nothing like inappropriate or anything about like that. But why? What prompts you to say, you know what? I'm gonna tweet.
No, because
It
no.
was a trend.
I have.
Yeah, it was a trend that says something I get a lot.
I almost said the donkey off the mind.
You know, that's
They're not
what.
fake, are they?
No.
They're not fake, are they?
No.
If they are, they are. I'm not mad about it.
I don't even wear mascara.
You don't even wear mascara?
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Okay, 13-2. Let's flip the script. Because that didn't take very long.
Every page we do, we have to do the on your own and the application, so like doubles.
And then the mastery, so it kind of triples.
Snowballs up.
Snowball fight then.
All right. Businesses have to pay taxes that employees do not. Do you know what they are? No idea? Okay. These are taxes that the businesses pay. They pay a Social Security tax. So think about this. if you're a business, and let's say I have 10 employees, and at the end of the pay period, I add up everything that all the employees paid in Social Security tax. Let's say it's $10,000, right? So I've withheld that from all their checks. I have to give that to the government. Plus, I have to match every dollar and also give that to the government. So you withhold $10,000 from the employees for Social Security tax, you owe the government $20,000. If you withhold $4,000 for Medicare from all your employees, you owe the government $8,000. So you have to pay the total of everybody's Medicare tax yourself on top of them paying. Thanks, Obama. It's a great idea. So businesses pay these 4 taxes: Social Security, Medicare, and unemployment federal, unemployment state. If you are have you ever heard somebody say, talk about somebody with no job, and they say, well, we're paying their unemployment, we're working so that they don't know what they're talking about because they don't pay unemployment taxes. The only people that can say that are the people that own their own business, because they are the only people that pay unemployment taxes that go towards unemployment benefits. So politely correct that person next time you hear them. Draker, you know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yes, you do. Okay, so the good thing about unemployment taxes, though, is this. You only have to pay unemployment taxes on each employee's salary up to $7,000 of their accumulated earnings. You got that? So you take random, at the beginning of the year, everything starts over. And if I'm the employer of everybody in here, I'm going to pay unemployment tax on the first $7,000 you make across the board. But once you guys, let's say that's your salary, $7,000 a month, and I pay you guys, that's what I give you. At the end of the first month, I no longer have to pay unemployment tax on any of you guys. You only pay unemployment tax on the first $7,000 that people make when they work for you. So that eventually, if you're a full-time job, you're probably going to hit that $7,000 mark fairly quickly. If you are a part-time employee and you work 10 hours a week, you might pay unemployment tax on that person's wage all year round. So we're going to keep track of what they're asking you here is how much of these earnings are taxed by these. So, yeah. So this is what these people have made through April 30th. And then this is their earnings from May 1st through the May 15th. So they're getting paid twice a month. So this is what their earnings are for that pay period. And it is asking how much would we pay on these. Well, this person is below the $7,000. So are we going to pay unemployment tax on this $637.50? Yes. So unemployment taxable earnings is $637.50. Irma Cintrone. Sounds like a nice lady. All right. Her earnings are this, $920. Her accumulated earnings was $7,350. So do we pay unemployment tax on that? No. So we owe nothing on that. So our total earnings, we add those two up and you get 57, 1557. Is that right? And then you've got 637.50 on that. Okay, so these two, Social Security and Medicare, those go with that. These two go with that. So our 6.2% times 1557.50 gives us it's got to be in the 95, 96 range. 96.57. Okay. Then I've got Medicare. 0.0145 times 1557.50. 2258. Okay, now this is one that you'll mess up. So I've got 0.8%. I use the but method. And you would take it times 0.008. So I take 637.50 times 0.008. $5.10. And then unemployment tax would be times 0.054. 34.43. Okay, now I add these up. $158.68. So now I'm going to record what I just calculated, because these are the taxes that I'm going to owe. So I have payroll, I have a payroll tax expense. This is the expense for having a payroll, is $158.68. And then the credited amounts that make that up are the amounts that we have written right here. So I have SSTP is 97 or 96.57. Yep. And then I've got Medicare tax payable 22.58. And then I've got unemployment tax payable dash federal is 510. I messed that up really badly. 510. And then I have unemployment tax payable state 34.43. So there's for that one. 13.3 is a bit of a bear. Do you want me to, can I
Do it tomorrow.
Can I offer
Better preview.
I'd like to start, get you started on 13.2 application, because that always seems to give people problems.
Okay.
Can we do that together?
Yeah.
13.2 application seems to be 13.3 is look at 13.3's sheet, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Doesn't that look fun?
Wow.
That look fun, Merchant? Oh, you're excited about this one. Let's see here. You're stoked, aren't you? I get it. I get it.
That's what my mom does.
What's that?
She does this in court. She does people's
What is that?
What's your mom's job? Ooh.
Remember one day we were like, what's that? And we came from the other side and he was up.
Yeah, I do that all day. Oh my God.
They look real.
Yeah, that's why I look at them.
Did you wrap your teeth with that? You must have no cavities, huh? Never had any cavities?
Why?
Because, does anybody have cavities? Does anybody have like a filling? Like one of those silver jobs in your mouth?
No, I have a clear one.
You have a clear one? Do you have a silver one in your mouth?
Here, I'll get one.
Go take a bite of the tinfoil.
Does it hurt?
It shot here.
Oh my God.
Cool.
It shot.
Oh, it's like indescribable. It feels like somebody's like taking like an ice pick and like poking you in the head with it. I don't know. It's crazy. Try it. Go ahead and try it.
I've done it before. I don't like feeling it. And I used to have my baby tooth out of those things.
Okay, so this is exactly what we just did, but there's a couple more steps to it, and I want to make sure we get it right. So we got accumulated earnings, and then we've got total earnings for this period, and they want to know A, what this total is, B, how much we have to pay unemployment tax on. So my accumulated earnings below 7,000, right? So that means all 810 is going to be taxed unemployment. This one is 5670 plus 945, so that's below 945. 7,500, so that's nothing. 3720, so we got all that 620. 4560, that's below, so we've got all of that 760. And then this last one, okay, he's at 6,900. You only get taxed on your first 7,000, correct? So we're not going to pay unemployment tax on that entire 1150. We're only going to pay unemployment taxes on $100. Because after 100, that's going to put me at 7,000. So, what's that?
When does that like happen? Like 6,500? 500?
Yep.
That's my gun.
Yep. Wherever you get to 7,000, you stop. All right, so you're going to add this column up. Erica, you add this column, total earnings. Somebody got the unemployment one?
$5,535.
5535?
3,235.
Yeah.
3,235? Okay. So now, these two, Social Security and Medicare, go there. These two go there. Now, it's asking for accumulated earnings on April 15th. So to figure out our new accumulated earnings, you add this original plus their new salary. So 4860 plus 810 gives us that number. And that is what? 5670. This one is 6625, right? I think. This one is 6615, that's what I said. That's 8750. That is 4340. This one is 5320. And this one is 8050. Okay, so now I'm going to do the exact same thing that I just did, but instead of using this as my earnings, I'm going to go by this. So, my new paycheck, $795. Does that put me at 7? No. So I got the full $795 there.
Yeah, do you know which one you put there? How's that go?
This you're paying Social Security and Medicare on all their earnings. You only pay unemployment on the first $7,000. So we're not to 7,000, so we're going to pay unemployment tax on all of that. This one, we're at 6615. Our paycheck is 980. So, are we going to pay tax on all of the 980? No. We're only going to pay taxes on how much? 385. This next one is still over. 635 doesn't even get us close, so we're going to pay that one. 5320 plus 740, we're going to pay all that 740. And then we've got this one. We're already over, so nothing. I get a bunch of 5s here, right?
Did you have 25? On the other one, I think.
And then, what'd you say this one was?
I got 55.25.
Okay, so now it's the same way here. These two go with that one. These two go with that one. So our amounts here are 0.062, 0.0145, 0.008, 0.054. I wrote those down so you can't even see them. Apologize. So, Social Security tax for the first one, 0.062 times 5535. 343.17. Point
Grab your pencil.
0.145 times 5535 gives us 80.26. 0.008 times 3235. 2588. and 0.054 times 3235.
174.69.
174.69.
Nope.
Whoa!
That's how we're
45
recording.
minutes already?
No.
Commercial break.
School should have commercials.
Okay, so then once I have this all recorded,
Go to lunch already?
hey, yeah,
Thank you.
no
You're
problem.
welcome.
So now I'm going to record this. This is April 15th. Just like we did before. Yeah, well, I can't see this. Can I? Sorry. Payroll. Tax. Expense. I don't know how much it's going to be yet. So I'm just going to write these other ones down. SSTP is 343.17. Medicare tax payable 80.26. Unemployment tax payable federal 25.88. State is 174.69. Add those up, and I get
Big number.
600 something. $624 even. 624 even. Okay, now, what's that? Yep. So now we do the same thing over here. We're gonna add or total these up. So I've got 0.062 times 5525 is 342 what? 342.55. Medicare is 0.0145 times 5525. 80.11. I've got 0.008 times 2555. 2520. And then 170.
Just write them in the same journal.
Is that really right? Seems like it. It should go down more than that. Because those numbers.
132.86.
130 what? Can I get a confirmation on 137? 137.97?
Isn't it 5.2%?
It's 0.054.
Oh, 4.
0.054 times 2555.
Yeah, it's 137.
137?
They don't have a punter. And then it's 6 and 2 to 1.
And then, so it should be 0.008 times 2555, and you get what? Is that right? Is this one right? 2520 is right? $20.44. Okay, 2044. So now I'm doing the exact same thing. I come in, and this is on the 30th. Payroll tax. SSTP is 342.55. Medicare tax payable is 8011. Unemployment oh crap. Payable federal is 2044. Unemployment payable state 137.97. Add these four up and we get what? 581.07. $581.07.
Nothing to it.
Nothing to it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to keep it from snowballing. Get your application done now.
Could you undo us?
Yep.
Please?
Bye, Cheyenne. Michael. Everybody tell them bye.
Bye.